Hello, buddy. I'm the basement reviewer, and it's a little cold in here. So that's why I've got all these blankets. If you're wondering, it's just freezing in here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the furnace or whatnot. I don't care. Either way, today I've got a very specific topic to go over. I'm also sorry, I've got a really stuffy nose, so if you hear me like sniffing, that's why. Today I'm talking about the episode of SpongeBob SquidWard and Clarinetland, and the reason for this is because it was like just on like literally right before I started recording, because to be honest with you, half the time I don't know what I'm gonna vlog about until like I see something, and not always vlogs will be about TV shows. There's probably be a couple about video games and just some of me talking about random crap that I feel like talking, but I rest my case. In terms of the actual episode, though, it was. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but it definitely wasn't good either. Let's start with what the concept of the episode is. Squidward has a clarinet recital. He's happy about that until the world starts beating him down, and he finds out that there's no place to store his clarinet. So he brings up a rule in Bikini Bottom that all workplaces must keep a safe place to put their stuff. Mr. Krabs provides him with a locker that he must share with SpongeBob. SpongeBob continuously renovates the locker, adding more and more slots to it, to the inside of one locker. So basically you're going to have a locker with lockers inside it. It's going to be basically a TARDIS. Sorry. And, from there, he just keeps going until eventually a portal door thing opens that leads to Squidward's imagination, where it's just a whole bunch of very, very drug-induced scenes. It's just like, it looks it's very trippy. Like, there's a talking eagle head in it. There's, like, clarinet trees. There's that scene where Squidward's, like, pretty much put in solitary confinement with two mirrors on his side, and the two mirrors are torturing with clarinet sounds. There's just a whole heck of a lot of weirdness in it. Overall, the episode's biggest problems come from the fact that, A, Mr. Krabs is ridiculously cheap, and B, Squidward doesn't deserve any of the torment that he receives in this episode. And I know that's a lot of episodes that do that, but I mean, let's look at this. He started out in the beginning really happy and being really polite to all the customers. When he does flip out, it's not that major. He just says that he can't take this anymore and goes to the Krabs to demand a safe place to keep his stuff. To which, Mr. Krabs replies like, okay, and gives him a dirty locker that SpongeBob ends up cleaning. And inside, and it's just kind of, well, why? What is the joke? What is the joke in torturing Squidward so much? He has to have done something first in order to deserve this. That's probably a review for an entirely other day, if I decide to do that. Probably one, though, because if you really want to see what I'm talking about, go check out Mr. Enter's Animated Atrocity Top 10 Squidward Torture Thorns. And I know, I really think you should have chosen an episode, so that's whatever. Essentially, that list goes over the worst episode of SpongeBob that has Squidward being tortured as the butt of all the jokes. The other big problem in this episode is something that I might actually end up making a list about sometime. Top 10 Mr. Krabs' cheap either moments or episodes. Because this is a plot that is so overdone so badly. Mr. Krabs being cheap is not a joke. It can be a setup for jokes, and it can make a joke funny. But him being cheap is his character. Characters are not jokes. And it's just kind of... Okay, what about does he do in this episode, you might be wondering. This episode, essentially, he gets scared of the employee's rulebook. And pretty much gets him the dirtiest locker possible. Only does it because it's required by law. And it's just... He just acts completely ridiculous in this episode. And I mean, I get it. He's cheap. But this is way too far, in my opinion. Either way, that's all I've got to say about this episode. Was it bad enough for me to make a review? Because I'm sure that's what you're going to be wondering since I did it in a vlog instead of doing an actual review on it. No. I don't see myself ever actually doing a full-fledged review of this episode. I have other SpongeBob episodes planned out that I'm probably going to do. But in terms of just these ones alone, no, I will probably never review Squidward and Clarinetland. It's just a bad episode. Mediocre. It's mediocre. It's mediocre to bad. That's what it is. And it's not deserving of a full review. It'd be a waste of my time. I don't want to have another case where I review something that isn't that bad. Like I did with Lobster Claws. But either way, that's all I have to say about it. Until next time, I'm Basement Reviewer. Have a nice day. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like my content. Until next time, goodbye. I've got to work on my outro.